What's up, guys? It's Rich back with another Delta Force video for you today. Today, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're actually going to be talking about some Delta Force operations kits and the AKM and why this is my absolute favorite gun to run in the game right now. Guys, if you enjoy this video, make sure you guys drop a like on the video and a sub to the channel to be spectacular. We're trying to 10,000 subs on the channel this year, so each one of you guys who subs to the channel and show support, I do appreciate you guys. You guys are killing it. I love you guys. You guys are the bomb, so thank you for all the love and support, guys. Appreciate you guys as always. With that being said, guys, this is not a budget gun, okay? This isn't something that's going to run you sub 100, sub 200K. This gun costs around 370,000. So this isn't a cheap gun. Definitely something you run if you have good amount of money in your inventory. Obviously, as you can tell on the top right here, I've kind of burned through a lot of my gear, kind of just leading up to Season 2 launch. So we've kind of honestly just not really had the funds to run the highest end gear, but we have plenty of gear to sell and get through. So honestly, I kind of want to get this out to you so you guys can try this AKM out. It's insane. I definitely recommend you try it out, especially if you have money. There's some parts you can change on it. I'll go through some of those if you want to change those out and save a little bit more of money, but the kind of, penalties that comes with that loss, guys. So again, if you have money, if you want to run this high-end kit, definitely recommend it to me. The AKM with purple ammo can destroy purple armor and gold armor, so it doesn't matter what you're running into. Obviously, red armor is a different story. That's obviously the highest tier armor in the game. But with the purple ammo in the AKM, you'll destroy about 90% of your opponents, because I'd say maybe 1 in every 10 person, maybe even less than that, maybe like half of a tenth of every person you run into is going to be running the meta red gear. So honestly, let's get into it. I won't keep yapping here. I kind of want to get into it and talk a little bit about what makes the gun so special. So we'll go over to rifles and we'll go over to AKM. We'll find it. Oh, that's AKS-74. Kind of preview it real quick. Go to my loadout and I'm going to load it in. It's called Custom 3. As you can tell here, value 372,520. And we'll go over some of these stats here right off the bat. So damage 39. If you play the game a lot, you'll know that that's a very high number for an assault rifle. That's why I say this gun is super powerful, even against purple tier armor or even gold tier armor with purple ammo. You'll still be able to get the most out of your gun and still be able to absolutely shred and destroy enemies. Definitely do not take that for light, especially with this build. The strongest, obviously, the part about the AKM that I think a lot of people overlook is the kick and the recoil that it has. But with this build right here, you're able to control that to practically a laser beam point from medium to really from short to long range. Anywhere in between that, you're getting an absolute laser beam. With me personally, I tend to run a red dot sight, so I actually don't really run into that many long range engagements. I kind of try and stay away from those as much as possible and kind of get into those situations where I'm fighting somebody in medium range. So that's where I feel a lot more comfortable and able to kill my opponents, especially as many of you guys know the TTK and Delta Force. If you're getting shot in the back from that, medium range with no cover, you'll practically get fried and laser beam before you'll be able to get a chance to react. But at least with this build, you're going to be able to fry your enemies back and get some really good shots downrange and absolutely shred them. Range 47 meters, pretty good number in that range. Control 84, we really focus on control again, not stress it enough, but the control 84 is a really big number because of how strong the AK kicks up. Handling 40, stability 62, accuracy 41. Again, this isn't really a hip fire gun, so I'm not really focusing on that accuracy number, which is what hip fire is. Armor penetration 42, really good. Fire rate 600 rounds per minute, capacity 30, mode single auto, muzzle velocity 675 meters a second, gunshot sound you can hear up to 500 meters away. We'll go to details here and we'll kind of take a look at control because I thought a lot of people like to look at that. So the recoil pattern for this is kind of to the middle and then just briefly to the top right here. But what you're going to notice is when I'm shooting this gun in game or in my shooting range here is how strong that just recoil control I have with these attachments. So we'll go ahead and switch over, guys, here really quick. And actually, before I shoot it first, I kind of want to go to calibration, just talk about everything I have here. So I have everything to the right here that maximize my range and muzzle velocity. Obviously, the ADS movement speed isn't the quickest with this gun. It's a large assault rifle. I'm using large parts on it. So it's going to be a little bit slower, but it still pays off itself in the end. One of the big things that I did notice when I was testing this gun out and trying to find out the build was I noticed that the recoil was actually shooting left and right. Like it was just kind of kicking left and right and not really a top-down controllable spray. Once I threw the order bevel foregrip on there and it gives that horizontal recoil control, we were talking about money. So this was absolutely the greener pasture side of things. And then obviously I have my optics set up here, but again, optics is personal preference. This isn't going to affect the gun too much. That's completely up to you. Stock all the way to the right, and then my rear grip all the way to the right as well. All right, so let's get into the range. I kind of did some testing with this gun beforehand so you guys can see how good it was. So before I even obviously put some armor and change the rounds I have, these are the gray bullets in the bottom right. You can notice that. And then we're going to just use it against these base dummies, and I'll kind of just switch from short, medium, and even try and go to the long range for you guys. Again, you can tell the longer range is definitely harder to shoot at, especially with a red dot sight. I believe that I have it calibrated, like I mentioned, to that maximum zoom on it. But at the end of the day, it's still a red dot sight. But the main thing, I'm going to go through it again so you guys can tell here, is that short, medium range. And even that like 150 meter range is still really, really efficient. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, this gun is, I literally, and not to stress that it's really good, but it's super fun to use. Like once you start using it, you'll kind of be like, damn, I really want to spend the money to run this AKM again. And again, I'll show you some parts that you can save money on it, so you can probably shut those off and try and save a few bucks here and there. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about the target gear, and let's switch it and put some purple armor there. So we'll go with the MHS tactical helmet. 30 durability, level 4 protection, so we'll equip that, and then we'll use a purple ballistic vest. I think a lot of people normally run this GT AVS vest due to the ease of access on it. We're going to leave it here about 150 meters and then target HP 100. So we'll put that back there, and then we'll run and see how this does. So this is with, oh, excuse me, I forgot to change it. So this is with the purple ammo. So purple 76239 BP. I know ammo can be very expensive, but again, this gun is very expensive. So most of the time you won't be running this gun unless you have a decent amount of money in game. So we'll go ahead and test this out so you guys can see the time to kill here. Really, really quick. Again, it comes down to the power and damage of this gun. The output it does is really, really strong. And I don't want to understress how strong this is even against gold armor. So that's against purple armor in 50 meter range. Obviously, when you're talking about close range here, we'll swap it over. We'll put that same kit on this dummy here to show you guys. I believe it was these guys. And then the ballistic vest, TT AVS. Oh, there we go. Equip. And we'll put that there. Up close, it's even stronger. Again, it's not really a hip fire type of gun. I'll show you how the hip fire is on it. You mainly want to be practically ADSing, but I think most people already know that if you play operations, that most of the time you're going to be ADSing and aiming down your sights and just shredding your enemies. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch it to gold armor so you guys can even test that as well. So we'll use the GN heavy helmet, and then we'll go down here, and we'll use the FS composite vest, which I think is one of the more popular gold ones as well because of the ease of access to it. In the bottom right, you can tell that it's a 76239 purple BP ammo. So we'll go ahead and test this out so you guys can see it. So this is gold armor on there again. So gold armor on there, 76239 BP, and I'll just kind of pull down with my mouse a little bit, obviously, to control that recoil. But it's an absolute laser beam. That was a headshot. We'll try and go for more of an armor shot so you guys can see a little bit more realistic. Again, that's purple ammo against gold armor. Obviously, you're going to be at a disadvantage because you're using a tier below what you should be using against gold armor. But again, most people can't really be running and affording gold ammo like that unless you have millions and millions and trillions of dollars. We'll do it close range as well so you guys can see the test here. I'll use the same exact kit that I was using here. So this guy along with the gold vest, FS composite, and we'll save settings. And it's going to be the gold guy right in front of us. Really, really strong. It takes about 6 to 7 bullets to completely fire enemy up close. And from that range, depending how many shots you hit, again, with the control pattern with this code, again, I'll have the code linked down below, guys. The main thing you want to do with it is pull down on your mouse. So it's kind of a straight line down, and it's just going to practically destroy your enemy. So that's all I'm doing. I'm slightly pulling down on my mouse, not a lot to it. It's really, really controllable with this build I have here, and kind of want to switch over now to kind of talk about some parts you can try and save a little bit of money with. So we'll go over leave firing range. We'll go to modify, loadout, and we'll throw on this build here. So again, value 372. So we'll go to modify, purchase 401k right now. But again, this is depending on the market. It might be a little bit cheaper. It might be a little bit more expensive. A couple of things you can change here, obviously, to save you and still make a solid build. As you can tell, the Scorpio rear grip is at 60k. So if you want to go for, I'll have the 2 codes linked down below so you can tell meta and then more of a meta budget build here. So if you want to change the Scorpio rear grip out, you can go something like the RK rear grip. So we'll put that on there as well. You can actually get rid of the laser like combo as well if you want to. That's 45,000. So save a little bit of money of running that. With the muzzle brake, you can, instead of running the titanium contest muzzle, you can switch it over depending what your price point is, where you're looking. You can go something like this guy down here, the DTR muzzle brake. So that gives you +3 handling, but costs you about 6 control, or you have the option as well going down here to the Poseidon flash hider, which gives you +3 recoil, -5. So a couple different options for you there, but I'll throw this guy on here if you're trying to budget. But I think that the 45k for this muzzle brake is definitely worth it. Excuse me, the 62k for this muzzle brake is definitely worth it. It's definitely the best for the gun, for the AKM. You can run a suppressor with it. While we're here, we can talk about that. If you are going to run a suppressor with it, it's going to be the AK one, so the AK Brave Fire suppressor, 18k for it, so you get range +7 meters. You lose a lot of control and you lose a lot of handling. But for me, if you're talking about a budget suppressor, I'll kind of show you this right here. This is without the pistol grip and the laser on it. And I'll try and show you. It's still really, really solid. And at that point, we're already talking about, I'm pretty sure, a significant price drop. Oh, it actually changed on us. So let me go load that again for you. All right, so with those attachments reloaded on there, so we're now down to 287,000. So that's almost 100K you've saved. Realistically, you don't want to take off too many more pieces here. The reason being those are pretty cheap. And then you have the AKM Practical Long Barrel. Again, it can be more expensive. We can even up this build to make it more expensive. But I was trying to keep this build under sub 500K when I was looking at it in terms of, what you're trying to spend and the reliability that you're getting with it. So I think that's realistically the lowest you want to go with it is in that 287K range. And I'll have this code link down below, guys. Again, definitely try this AKM out. Let me know how it works for you guys in operations. Obviously, come back down in the comments after you've tried it and let me know how it works for you. I am very, very just overall happy with this gun and the way it turned out. I spent some time playing with my friends and using it and seeing how efficient it was. But even in the range, just trying it out was super fun and efficient to use. So definitely go out there, try it out with some 7.6239 BP purple ammo, and then let me know again, guys, how it works for you. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the video, again, I just want to say thank you for watching. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video if you use one of my codes down below. And make sure you guys drop a sub to the channel. We're trying to hit 10K on YouTube. So each one of you guys who supports and shows love to the channel, I appreciate you guys. Also, you guys can catch me live streaming over on Twitch. So make sure you guys swing by there and drop that follow button, guys. All right, guys, I'll stop wasting more of your time. I'll catch you guys later. Peace and love.